And the presenting sponsor, 2 years in a row, AT&T, just needs some extra applause because their generosity and their passion in this space of equality is just phenomenal. So if I'm gonna clap, hopefully you'll clap with me, but thank you to AT&T. You know, I approached AT&T when we were just talking about doing such a conference, and they immediately signed on and said, Vinny, we're gonna be right there with you and HRC and make sure this happens, so it's because of them. And luckily today, we have the president of AT&T California, who flew in just to say a few words to you today. Ken McNeely is responsible for the external affairs, public policy, and philanthropic activities in the state. As such, he leads AT&T's workforce of nearly 36,000 California employees. In 2010, Ken was named one of the 50 top African Americans in technology, along with many other prestigious accolades, all while being his authentic self, an openly gay man, father who still finds time to volunteer at his kids' school. I can go on and on about Ken. He's a personal friend, but I'll let him come talk a little bit more about AT&T and the great work that they are doing. Please give a warm welcome to President of AT&T California, Ken McNeely.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you so much. So great to be here. And it's so great to be part of this, this wonderful program for the second year running. It's a huge accomplishment for HRC. Let's give them a round of applause. You know, AT&T was the presenting sponsor of last year's inaugural Time to Thrive conference, and we're thrilled to be honored and to be presenting again this year. Thank you for having us back. You know, diversity and inclusion have long been top priorities at AT&T. In 1975, yes, 1975, AT&T was one of the first major American corporations to adopt a policy prohibiting discrimination against employees based on sexual orientation. And in 1987, our employees founded League, now the oldest LGBT and allied employee resource group in the country. And again in 1998, we adopted one of the first domestic partner benefits program for our LGBT employees. And almost 10 years ago, we were one of the first US corporations to offer transgender inclusive healthcare benefits. And finally, for 11 years running, we've been named as one of HRC's best places to work, and Diversity Inc. ranked us as the #1 company for LGBT employees last year. Thank you. And in between each of these milestones, the company has supported LGBTQ organizations and causes, provided pathways of opportunity for LGBTQ youth, and empowered and promoted its LGBTQ employees. AT&T knows that a diverse workforce is essential to our culture and to our business success. We also know that we have an opportunity, I call it an obligation, to make a difference that extends beyond what's good for business. I believe we have an obligation to use public platforms like these as a force for social change. I am not listing our company's accomplishments to present you with a social responsibility advertisement for AT&T. I list them because it is precisely this history, that culture, and that commitment to diversity and inclusion that makes it possible for me to stand before you today as president of AT&T California as a gay man of color. Many of us are fortunate to live in a region where this is no longer shocking. Many others are not. Nearly 2/3 of LGBT youth say that they will need to move to a different part of the country in order to feel accepted. That is why it's so important for all of us, for AT&T as a company, for me as an individual, and as a father, and for all of you as people committed to serving young people, to share our stories, to lead by example, and to continue to learn from each other. Because as proud as we are of our company's accomplishments, as proud as I am to stand before you as a product of those policies and of diversity and inclusion, there is still much more to be done to help today's LGBTQ youth feel safe, supported, and empowered, no matter what part of the country they come from. One way AT&T is taking action is through Aspire, our $350 million commitment to improving high school success as a path to college and career readiness, particularly for at-risk youth. Part of this focus involves working with our partners to embrace new tools and programs, driving innovation in education through local investment, connecting people, and investing in programs and processes that result in exponential change. We employ a new socially innovative approach, one that goes beyond traditional philanthropy and seeks to work with organizations that utilize innovative tools and resources. Through Aspire, we've worked with the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network, GLSEN, to ensure safe learning environment for all students. Through our employee group league, hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships have gone to college-bound LGBT students. And through the Aspire Mentoring Academy and 8 partner organizations, AT&T employees volunteer their time to mentor at-risk youth across the country, with the goal of providing 1 million hours of student mentoring by AT&T employees by the end of 2016. And we do all of this for the same reason all of you are here today, because we believe in our children, all children, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. They deserve a learning environment that is safe, that is accepting, and that is empowering, and that gives each individual their best chance to succeed. On behalf of AT&T, I want to thank you for being here today, and I want to thank you for all the amazing work that you do. Have a wonderful conference.